All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to CAGcast episode number 717. I'm your host, GBD, here in Long Island, New York. And as always, we're joined by a man who's exciting and new and is expecting you, Wombat.
That was a good one. I liked it.
And I didn't sing it.
No, you did. No, you didn't.
Later.
Yeah. He was on the show this week. The guy who sings the theme song to the Love Boat was a guest on the Love Boat.
That's crazy.
I know, right?
That's like breaking the fourth wall or something.
Uh-huh. And also Paul Williams wrote the song, and he was a guest on the Love Boat at one point too. But you know, I think it might be less shocking because I think he was on every show in the late 70s.
The amount of garlic in that burp was shocking.
Nice.
It burned my eyes. So welcome to the show. We're back after, what is that, winter break?
Yeah, winter break.
President's Day break? Second winter break.
Mm-hmm. First one of two, maybe. No.
Did anybody do anything interesting? We didn't go anywhere.
I went to the Museum of Natural History.
That's like your 500th visit to the Museum of Natural History.
No, it was only the second time my kids have been there.
No, you. I didn't ask about your kids.
I haven't been there in, a long time.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Last time we were there, my kids were young and they could barely walk it. They were exhausted after 20 minutes. So now that they're older, we went back.
But they did get to see the Teddy Roosevelt statue the first time.
They did, which is no longer there.
That's important.
But the Hall of Gems had been closed for, I think, a couple of years, and they just reopened that. And that was something that my wife really wanted to see, and the kids really wanted to see, and it was pretty cool. I mean, the museums, if you're not familiar with the Museum of Natural History in New York.
It's Night at the Museum.
It is that I was just about to say.
Are they going to have to retcon that now and take the statue out?
I mean,
it's the statue that was out front, right?
Yeah, it's not what was inside. They still have a Teddy Roosevelt inside.
That's pretty offensive as well, right?
Yeah.
Isn't the one inside the one with like all the Native Americans like following him on the horse? Or is that the one that was outside? Maybe I forget.
Was more interested in dinosaurs
and the shiny gems.
Yeah, the shiny gems, the giant blue whale. They have a life-sized blue whale model in there,
and you can walk inside it.
Down. You can't walk inside the blue whale.
Well, you didn't try hard enough.
It's hanging on the ceiling.
You didn't bring your grappling hook?
And we saw the planetarium movie. We did the whole thing. And that we went to, so my kids were really interested in checking out because they have a whole wing on nations and nationalities, and they were really interested in the South America stuff because my children are Colombian, and they were interested in learning about their heritage, which was sort of surprising to me in the sense that when I was 10, I don't think I cared about my heritage in any way, shape, or form, but it was something they really wanted to learn about. And also, seeing the giant Olmec head is always fun. So
hopefully they don't want to read any books about Colombians in their school district, because that's not going to be happening.
I mean, a couple of emails, they could read it on their own.
Right, exactly.
Yeah. Yep.
Anyway, there's so many awesome museums in New York City. I mean,
yes,
I love it.
Yes,
I've been to that one.
That's the one we chose to go to. It's also might be my favorite. I think it might be my favorite
museum.
Yeah.
Ever in the world?
I could do a little bit less with the here's all the dead animals portion of that museum.
I mean,
other than the dinosaurs, like the naturally dead ones, we have a dead zoo section of that.
That is like a big part of that museum is the dead
That's
zoo.
the best
we have
part.
A dead zoo. It's a weird part. Like you have a zoo as well.
Yes, we do.
We do, but it's in the winter. You can't go to it.
Zoo though.
The Metropolitan Museum of Art is pretty cool. I'll give it.
That's the best.
That too. That one. I mean, that has a full Egyptian temple inside that you can walk inside,
and a lot of knights and armor shit. A lot of weapons. Yeah. So many
weapons and temples and mummies. So it's like, what do you want to see? Do you want to see dinosaurs or do you want to see mummies?
Weapons.
Dead do you want your stuff? Like how many years ago do you want your stuff to be dead?
Yeah,
we've got all the wings of dead things.
The sperm whale with the giant squid in its mouth is pretty cool at the Museum of Natural History. That holds up. And the walruses hold up too.
It's all timeless, except for Teddy Roosevelt.
They
It's called
hold up 'cause-
taxidermy.
Yeah, I was waiting for the joke. Nice.
Yes.
It's a giant taxidermy museum.
Yes, that's yep. Because when everything's extinct, we could go, and that's what this looked like.
Right. Or in the winter.
Yeah.
This is what
Yep.
it looks like.
Good movies too.
But there's a lot of like
They make some good
learning. I
movies.
remember there's a lot of learning that goes with those dead animals. There's a lot of shit to read alongside it, and you can learn. Like the zoo, like can't put all this in. There's
They're
only
too
so
distracted by the animals actually moving.
right. This
zoo.
is for more learning and glorification of dead animals. You understand?
We will not allow American Museum of Natural History slander on this show. That's all.
No, we love it all. It's all
Mhm.
good. Let me ask you a question, Wombat. As a dog owner, as the only dog owner on the show, I need to know about some dog owner etiquette.
Sure.
I need to know a couple of things. Remember previously we talked about dog owners putting their dog duty bags in my garbage can on the days that
Sure.
my garbage can happened to be, at the edge of my driveway.
Okay. Yeah.
You don't do that, right?
No, I don't think that's the worst thing that's ever happened, but no, I don't do
Okay,
that.
you wouldn't do that.
No.
Okay, this is not about that.
I have put my dog poo in the park garbage can.
That's fine.
Is that-
Well,
okay.
still, I mean, the park,
Garbage
yeah.
can.
Park is
Garbage
outside.
can.
It's outside. They're all outside, I guess.
It's in a bag, and it's not like I'm leaving poop on the street. I'm putting it in a
right.
garbage can.
Park garbage, yeah. I mean, I
Also,
feel,
the park garbage can is literally full of dog bags.
I think they must expect it at this point at the
Yeah.
park. So,
Mhm.
okay. Anyway, all right. So forget about that. What about, so when your dog has to go to take a shit, right?
And it does occasionally. Yes.
Every day, I would hope. Otherwise, there's-
Sometimes twice.
right. Like, what's the etiquette on like the dog? You're walking the dog. Like, where do you walk your dog? You walk it just in the park. Like, I mean, you got to walk on the sidewalk to get to the park. I'm assuming at some point.
We do. We walk on the sidewalk. We usually do one of two laps that go in two different directions,
So,
but it's a sidewalk.
what if he's got to take a shit? Like, does the dog ever like walk onto your neighbor's like lawn and stuff?
No, you don't let the dog poop on someone else's lawn. You do it either on the sidewalk
right,
or on the grass next to the sidewalk that isn't the lawn.
right. I forgot what
free lawn.
Yeah,
the one that borders the street on the
the one
between
that
the
borders
street and the
street,
sidewalk.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, but you don't usually. No, we would not let the dog poop on someone else's lawn. No, that's not. That's
Right.
not
I figured
proper
like
dog
that's not etiquette. Well, okay, now how about this? Instead of lawn there was like manicured rocks. Like a night
Is
like
it-
landscaped
Are
rocks.
we talking about your property? That's the question.
Yes. And also like right next to like a plaque that I might have spent several $100s to put on to to commemorate the history of the house. I feel like it's disrespectful to let your dog shit like less than a foot from that, and it's all in my driveway, basically.
So someone is letting their dog poop on your property.
Well,
That's
they did
the
it.
Question.
They did it once. I don't know how many times. I saw them do it once because I just happened to. Because for some reason on that same day, I got 2 ring notifications of a girl, her mom, and a dog coming all the way up to our door. For some reason, like that through our like fairly
That's
long
weird.
driveway.
No, I
But-
do not.
But it wasn't them. It wasn't them. They came back. They did it twice, and then so that's what got me looking out the window. And then I saw another woman come with her dog. The dog took a shit like 6 inches from my plaque. Picked up the shit and put it in a bag. But it's like, couldn't you
Was
just
there-
move the? Can't you? I mean, I'm just asking a question because I don't know. Like, if the dog has to shit, can't you like
if
pull
for
him?
some reason I was walking and the dog starts to poop,
Right.
you just got to let it go.
You can't just say, hey, like, how about
Nah,
like 6 inches
no.
this way?
I don't know. How about if you were pooping and someone walked into
Definitely.
the bathroom and yanked you off the toilet? How would you
No,
feel?
no. But it's not yanking me off the toilet. You're watching me go into the toilet. I'm not saying the shit's
it's
coming.
not-
when the dog, you're walking the dog, when the
Not
dog's about to
always.
shit,
Not-
right?
Not always. I would say if it was like if this is a one-time event
Well, I don't
and
know.
the person cleaned it
Now that
up
they
like
marked it, it's not.
and And my dog rarely poops in the same place twice. It's a pee thing. Like if the dog, if it's a habit, then sure, then you can say something. If it's a one-off,
okay,
and the person cleaned it up,
yeah, they left. They took it with them. They didn't put the rocks back properly, but you know, they probably stole a few of my rocks after they got shit on them.
Just worry about other things that are significantly more important in the world.
Sure. No, I was really I'm not worried about it. I was just curious about the etiquette of a dog owner because I've never owned a dog.
Are you going to get one of the signs that tells dogs not to poop there?
No, because I would hope that, like, look, honestly, if there wasn't like a giant plaque, not giant, but like, 14-inch plaque right there, I would say, all right, whatever, but it's just
I'd say this much. If I brought my dog to your house, I would make sure that she pooped on the plaque.
On the plaque.
On the plaque.
That's very disrespectful.
That's
you could be haunted by an architect's ghost if you do that. Or I'll be haunted by him because he died in this house. So I guess it's more likely I'll be haunted. So definitely don't do that.
Where is your buttress?
What's a buttress?
It's like an arch.
Yeah,
it's an architecture
it's
thing.
The flying,
a flying buttress.
Oh, we don't have those.
I know. That's why he's asking you.
No, but it's his fucking house. He designed the house. He would know what the buttresses are.
He's an architecture ghost. He's got to ask questions.
And he would know the answers. He would want to know who's shitting on his plaque is what he'd want to know, I think. Speaking of neighborly etiquette,
where is the feng shui?
He doesn't care about that. He's from Brooklyn.
Yo, where is the feng shui?
Yo. I mean, anyway, speaking of neighborly etiquette, just an update on the backyard boulders. Remember, like I have these boulders in my backyard, and I said I was going to wait for the winter time for the poison ivy to shrink down and try to get those things out of there. So I realized I'm running out of time because spring is coming. So I took care of it over winter break, and holy shit, were those heavy. Like,
wait a minute. Heavy? Giant rocks are heavy.
I was imagining like to struggle while kicking it. I wasn't expecting to really like be able to pick it up.
You're just kicking rocks out there. Sounds great.
I rolled it down the hill. I only had to roll it like
to your neighbor's yard.
No, it's still my yard, but it's like down a hill. Maybe like 10, 15 feet I had to roll it. And once you get, it's so heavy that once you get the momentum going, it's, it's a lot easier.
Got there in the first place.
What's that?
That's how it got there in the first place.
Well, no, it went vertically. I'm going horizontally. Yeah, it was a real physics lesson. So I had to I found 3 of those that I had. One was fucking super giant and the other ones were just giant. But I got them all taken care of. But I never got like any Carvel ice cream cake telling me that he was sorry for boulders in my yard.
He saw a lot of other rocks in your yard. Maybe he thought you would be into them.
They're not natural rocks though. They're concrete, ugly, giant boulders. Like it doesn't look like anything.
That's what the ghost is going to be upset about.
I took care of it. Took care of that. Taking care of everything. All right. Anyway. Let's do some show feedback. Shipwreck, anything? You up to anything over break? Mourning for the Super Bowl loss?
Did you have break?
We don't have break here.
I was gonna say, it didn't have break.
Okay.
No, we just soldier through and get done with our school year earlier.
I see.
Yeah, you guys go through like different. June or something, right?
It just keeps going.
Yeah, it just keeps going. Like we hit May and we're like, all right, see you guys. Summertime.
Yes.
No, I haven't. Not much. setting up the game room at the cabin.
Nice. Oh, that's good. That's
cool.
exciting. That's relevant to our listeners' interests.
Mm-hmm.
Well, by game room, it's
table tennis.
No.
Ping pong.
There's a pool
Battleship.
table. You could act like it was a ping pong.
You can put one of those covers on it.
I could.
My friend did that.
Going to.
He likes it. He did it. But you're not.
What do you do about the pool table lights above it?
Yeah, he's got the same. He's got a chandelier. It's in his dining room. He's got a similar issue.
Yeah. No, I have that, and I'll have a pachinko. I'm still in the middle of setting it all up. Right, I've got a pachinko machine and a nice dartboard. So it's
Nice.
the more analog games.
I understand.
Yeah,
I like it.
yeah, it'll be fun. Come visit sometime.
I will. Why are you laughing? You don't think I'm going to come visit?
No.
What is that? Why you were laughing?
Yeah.
Well, I would come visit. Maybe not the cabin. What do we do in the cabin besides play darts?
You go hiking.
I like hiking.
Yeah.
What kind of hiking you got
area.
there?
Like the cabin is near like a big state park area, right? Like, so it's a big touristy area. You
I
can
like
buy
parks.
t-shirts at the local Walmart.
Well, every Walmart has that. Oh, about the hiking
like,
area, you mean?
Yeah, of the hiking area.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay. I thought you were bragging that your Walmart had t-shirts.
Mhm. Yeah. So
It could happen.
no, it's good. It's good. It's got caves and stuff. You can go
Spelunking?
You want to go spelunking?
Yeah. Sure. It could happen. Unless you laugh. And it'll create bad vibes. All right, let's do some show feedback, Wombat.
Okay.
Good vibes.
Sure. Well, Captain Wrong had to say that the Love Boat rules, which we already confirmed early at the top of the show. So I'm not going to spend any more time on that.
It's funny, and he's a captain, so he would know.
He would know. That's right. He's Captain Steuben, Wrong Stubing.
Right.
Click has to say, please keep reading the comments from folks complaining about the host's political leanings. It's funny that many have not yet realized that this has stopped being a video game show a long time ago, and it's all for the better. GB grew up on Howard Stern, and people somehow are surprised with where the show is going.
I don't know what that means.
I don't know.
I'm not sure about that last part, but I think people realize that it's not much of a video game, that it's only like half a video game show. It's just they didn't like the other half anymore. That's all. It's fine.
Something like that.
What else?
Speaking of video games, 118 KHW had to say, I'm usually a Wombat fan, but saying Horizon Dawn was just stabbing robots with a stick was too wrong a statement. It was all about bows and arrows using traps and shotgun-like weapons. Melee was hardly a prominent part of the combat. I'm not saying I expect this show to be 100% researched. I've been a fan of the show for years, but maybe watch a few minutes of highlight videos of one of the most eagerly awaited and heavily marketed, trended game of the year beforehand. Well, first of all, I was talking about the first game, which I played. So that's the research I did, where I hit a lot of dinosaurs with a stick. Robot dinosaurs with a stick.
He was also mostly trolling me. I feel half trolling.
I mean, it was a little bit of hyperbole, which I feel like goes over the head of too many people.
AKA trolling.
I got a lot of comments from people like, there was more than just the stick in the game. This game
It was a great game. It was a great game. That's why you belittled the game.
Chip, did you finish the first Horizon?
No, it got awfully samey after a while.
Well, it's only too many side quests.
Yeah, it was too many side quests, and I don't like hiding. There's a lot of hiding and setting traps, which is not exciting for me.
I finished it, so it must be good.
I'm not saying it's not good. I'm just saying it wasn't my thing.
I also never said the game was bad. I don't think I at one point ever said that.
I just said imposition by your tone was that it was silly because you're hitting dinosaurs with a stick.
Not silly, just
bad and bad, silly and bad.
I never said either of those things. I just said that
but you inferred
the
them
game for the same reason that Shipwreck didn't finish them. And as Gamer Interface says in the chat, an arrow also counts as a stick. So that is more hitting robot dinosaurs.
So does a sword, I guess, or
No,
a mace.
That's not a stick.
Well, it's a
sword,
metal stick that's sharp.
Difference. I didn't say no. It's not the same thing.
The sharp metal stick. Oh, I just kicked my computer. All right, what else?
Then Christ, maybe not.
What? This is not right. No wonder why people aren't listening.
It's the name. I didn't make it up. give a shout out to the Ukrainians. You probably have Ukrainian listeners, and it would be a morale boost for them to be mentioned as they are suffering greatly now. So shout out to our Ukrainian listeners.
I checked.
I'm having a problem.
You're having a stroke? I
Yeah.
checked to see how many Ukrainian listeners we have, and we've got 2 downloads this year so far. So it's probably one guy who's downloaded the show twice. So good luck.
Here's hoping
I hope
safe.
he's doing well.
Yeah, we need you. You're our only listener. Or there could be 2.
Reach out to us. Let us know how you're doing.
1-800-WOMBAT.
Yeah. Shoot me an email, wombat@cheapassgamer.com.
Good luck. We're all counting on you.
Yeah. Yep.
What else?
That's it.
Perfect.
Yeah. That's it.
Let's move on to Watch This, Jerks.
Mm-hmm.
Movies. I watched one.
What you watch?
Finally. We stopped really like watching movies because they're so long now. But we found one that was an hour and a half on Netflix.
Okay, what'd you watch?
It's called Kimmy. And
Is that about the neighbor from Full House?
No. Played by who?
Oh my god. Andrea Barber played Kimmy Gibbler on Full House.
That's fucking impressive and scary.
Right? Is that her name? Am I right?
I don't know, but the fact that
I didn't
you
look
could,
it up.
it sounds like it's right.
Mm-hmm.
Kimmy is the movie about like the Amazon Echo device and the woman who works for the company, and she like is trying to solve a murder through the device, basically. It got amazing reviews on Rotten Tomatoes, like 96 or something like that. And Mrs. GB and I thought it was pretty lame and wouldn't recommend it. It's just so like you've seen this movie so many times and done better. The Zoe Kravitz is very cute in it, and
that's not really so shocking.
And there's a really out of place sex scene in the movie, like in brief but intense sex scene in the movie that is so serves no purpose whatsoever to the plot of the movie or her character. It's just like, all right. Just watched her get rammed really hard for like 5 seconds from behind for really no reason in an hour and a half in a movie that's already pretty short. I just thought it was pretty dumb. It's very mindless. The whole thing makes no sense. But,
mindless, like New Guy was mindless.
I didn't see New Guy.
Free Guy.
Are we talking about the DJ Qualls?
Yeah, I know. No, I meant to write Free Guy, and I wrote New Guy. I have seen New Guy. With
okay, let's talk about New Guy. What do you think about New Guy?
That movie was cute. But
what?
That movie was cute with DJ Qualls. As he has a second chance to make a first impression. Anyway, I watched Free Guy with Ryan Reynolds.
I've seen that movie too.
Yeah. Did you see that yet, Cheapy?
No, I bet you it's better than Kimmy.
I bet it is.
It's probably like joyful at least.
That movie is nothing but enjoyable. It's not great. You're not going to walk away going, oh my God, my life has changed because I watched Free Guy, but you're not going to be upset. I watched it with Sabrina. I can't remember the last time the two of us watched a movie together, like a father and daughter movie night.
Yeah.
And because my son had already seen it, my wife had no interest. But yeah, it's a cute movie. It's fun. It's a video game movie. I mean, it's Ryan Reynolds is an NPC in a video game who falls in love with one of the players in the video game world.
No.
Yeah, you didn't need to tell Cheapy that part.
That's the plot. I thought
you didn't know. You should have avoided the plot. If you wanted Cheapy to watch this movie, you should not have told him the plot going in.
Yeah.
It's just as preposterous as Kimmy.
Yeah. Well, this movie, the setup is
up there with the pantheon of movies like Pixels.
I think it might be slightly better than Pixels.
It's but not significantly.
I never said I didn't say significantly.
Pixels was offensive to me.
Yeah, it doesn't have the offensiveness of Pixels. Like you're not like going, wait a minute, Qbert would never do that. So
right. I was like, this is disrespectful to Pac-Man.
Yeah,
and me as the viewer, just in general.
So maybe it's GTA, right? Like that's the the game they're in.
Okay.
Yeah.
It's a MMO GTA. So
All right.
if you're okay with them being in that type of environment,
Jodie Comer looks good in her video game outfit. It's
I don't know who that
cool
is.
outfit. Yes, you do.
No, who is she?
She was in that. Oh, did you not watch The Last Duel? I thought you did.
I didn't.
Oh,
It's too long. Too long. It's 2.5 hours.
That movie is very long. You
I
know what?
know,
Other
I can't
movie?
do it.
You know
What?
You know what movie I watched that you can watch because it's under 2 hours long. I think it was like an hour 45.
Mm-hmm.
The French Dispatch, the new Wes Anderson movie.
I'll watch that.
That's on
Watch
HBO
that,
Max.
yeah. I won't watch it there.
That movie is excellent, and I highly recommend it. I am honestly surprised that it has no Oscar nominations because I watched that movie and I'm like the art direction and the production design in that movie is some of the best I think I've ever seen. It's
Is
like
it any different than any of the rest of his? Like it's always good. It's just the same. It's the same aesthetic every time.
It is a similar aesthetic in that the palette is very similar. It has that
guitar music
Wes
playing in the
Anderson,
background, acoustic guitar music.
The pink and the greens.
Yeah, it has that very similar palette, but it's more composed where every scene set is supposed to look like a still painting or a photograph before the action starts, and even sometimes while the action is going on. It's all about the mise-en-scène is very intentional in the film. And it's worth watching because it's really interesting to see how he does it. Like if you're interested in the art of film, it's a very worthwhile endeavor and worth your time. Also, it's a good movie. It's not just
And Bill Murray's in it.
Bill Murray is in it, yes.
That's all most people need to hear.
That's the same as most of these movies.
Yeah,
right.
Well.
It's good.
So is Owen Wilson.
Yeah, I was gonna say, how's Owen Wilson in this, knowing nothing about this movie?
Exactly. I mean, they're all in it. All the regulars are there.
Good.
So but it's
They're part of the palette.
It's part of the palette.
They come with the set.
Yeah, it's totally worth watching. I think you would really like it, GP.
All right, yeah, but I'm watching it.
I would like it too. I like all of his movies.
Yeah,
They're
exactly.
some of my favorite movies.
Wombat thinks you're low class.
Huh? No. No.
No, we're all gonna watch it. We're just not as quick as you.
I know. It was the one thing. It was like the one movie I wanted to watch over the weekend. So I actually intentionally made time for it. No one wanted to watch it with me though, which was sort of a bummer.
We should have watched that instead of Kimmy. That was
although it is not. I mean, not that you couldn't watch it with your son, but it does have a decent amount of nudity in it.
Nice.
So you may want
That's
to.
what's fine with that.
Yeah, you
What
may
kind
just
of
want to be
nudity?
aware. It's not like so much like sex
Bill
nudity,
Murray.
Go on.
but
Just
There-
old white
there-
man ass.
no, there's boobs.
I love boobs. What else? Like, but not in sexual situations.
They're not.
In like,
not-
what's happening
not
exactly
really,
with
yeah.
the boobs?
It's
What's
quirky.
happening?
They're quirky situations.
Car wash, like the car wash going on like for charity.
It's like Catholic high school girls in trouble
It's
from the
not like
Kentucky
that.
Fried Movie. No, it's not like that. That's a nice pull. There's like 8 people that have seen that movie listening to the show.
I thought of it before you said it,
The
but I
Kentucky Fried
just
Movie.
kept it to myself.
I mean, when that movie came out when we were young too. But when we saw that movie on videotape, that was like a thing.
Those are some big breasts.
Yeah, I know that movie's crazy. We're not talking about the Kentucky Fried Movie. For those who have never seen that, I also highly recommend the Kentucky Fried Movie.
Right. That's not appropriate for your children.
No, that is definitely not appropriate for your children. But yeah, the French Dispatch, go watch it. Benicio del Toro is very good in it. I liked his scene a lot. So yeah.
Moving on to TV, I started watching the new Apple TV show. Was it Apple Plus? What's it called? Apple Plus, sure.
Go for it.
Severance. That's the one.
Oh yeah, we wanted to watch that. How is it?
It's very good. It's very, very good. It's stars Adam Scott and it's directed by Ben Stiller. And it takes place if you're a big fan of mid-century modern office environments, minimalist office environments, and like a mysterious thriller.
Are there big fans of that?
Sure. Like
Mid-century office environments?
Mid-century modern.
Mid-century modern office
Well,
environments.
Mad Men was a pretty popular television show.
Oh, you're talking about just not just the buildings themselves.
The interior.
You're talking about, but the people as well, right? Like
no, not in this
just
show.
the interior of a building.
It's a very weird, sort of
right.
trippy show. I'll give you the basic concept of it. It's basically in the future they develop a way to separate your memories, so you can get it as a company where to work in a certain division of the company, they divide your mind into your work memories and your personal memories. So when you're in the office, you cannot access your out of office memories. And likewise.
So what if your kid is sick at school and they have to call the office?
And then this job is not for you.
Okay.
This is like, it's like for select people. It's like a very small crew. And basically the point of the show is you're trying to figure out like what the fuck is going on. Basically. And even the people in the, even the workers themselves don't really know what's going on. It's really well done. And I would recommend Severance so far. I think there's only 3 episodes out so far. It's one of those that doesn't let you binge it.
The last episode of the After Party is tomorrow. I'm excited for that.
I'm a couple episodes behind on After Party, but
that's a good show.
We'll catch up.
Mm-hmm. It's worth it.
It's very watchable.
Mm-hmm.
I also finished up the second season of Euphoria. The finale was on Sunday, and the season was really good, but the finale was really bad. And that's like, I don't know. They really fucked up the finale somehow.
I heard they added a laugh track.
No, they didn't add a laugh track, but there's literally a part in the show where like it feels like a one character sings a song to another character, and it feels like the song is 6 or 7 minutes long. I don't know how long it was, but literally it's so long that he's like there's like several choruses that he's repeating, and you're like, okay, we get it, you took a risk or whatever the fucking line was. There were some cool scenes, but the whole thing was just like a pretty big miss, and the reaction on Twitter pretty much agreed with me, which sucked because the season was really good.
There'll be another season. They could try to make up for it.
Would it have been better if he just sang "We Don't Talk About Bruno"?
Anything, it would have been fine.
It was our wedding day.
If that song must be shorter than whatever this song was. This was an original song that the character came up with, and it was fucking took forever, and there was just a lot of weird, boring shit in that episode. Anyway, let's see. Oh, do you want to play Mandalorian trivia? I bought this from TJ Maxx for $1.
Sure, let's see how many I get wrong.
Let's see what we do.
I haven't opened this yet. I haven't even.
How are we playing this?
I don't even know how the questions are.
I don't remember. I don't even remember that.
Oh wait, that's the instructions. Fuck that.
Yeah, we don't need those.
Okay, here we go. What does the Mando freeze his bounties in for? This is too easy. What the fuck? Hold on.
Carbonite.
Yeah, probably. What are the colorings of an incinerator stormtrooper? A, gold with black circles. B, white with red stripes. Or C,
white with red stripes.
All white.
White with red stripes. Red stripes also.
Oh my God, I can't read anything. Yes, white with red stripes. Correct. What surrounds Magistrate Morgan Elizabeth's town? A, dead trees. B, a swamp. C, a lava tide.
A swamp?
Swamp?
Nope, dead trees.
Oh,
I forgot about the dead trees in The Mandalorian.
What does Kuiil ask Cara Dune to conceal? Her hair, her injury, or her rebel tattoo? No, her right-wing views.
Oh, I was so close.
All right, that's enough of this. This is ridiculous. I've wasted $1 for your amusement. All right, let's right in the garbage. All right. What else we got here? News and feedback. This is from @Knights_Eternal. Anyone excited for the new Marvel shows coming out like Moon Knight? No.
Yeah.
I was first.
I love Moon Knight. And they showed that picture of Mr. Knight. I'm a big fan of the Mr. Knight when he showed up in the comics. That was some cool stuff.
I'm a big fan of Moon
Wait,
Knight.
there's a guy named
right.
Hold on, the guy's last name is Knight.
No, it's one of his. Okay, so
Oh no, I forget it.
Mark Spector has a multiple personality disorder where
Okay.
he thinks when he's in his secret identity, he thinks he's one of three people.
Hold on, his
But at
last name
one-
is Spector.
Yeah.
Yes.
And
Okay.
when he's Jewish too. And
Is this a
when-
Kojima production?
I mean, it's like pre-Kojima. So, but at one point when Warren Ellis was
Yes.
writing the comic,
Yeah.
he split Moon Knight into two personalities also. So he had three secret identities and two Moon Knights, and one was Moon Knight and one was Mr. Knight. And Mr. Knight wears a suit and helps the police solve crimes as a detective. It's pretty badass.
But it's
I've heard a
all
lot
the
of
same
Moon
guy.
Knight.
It's all the same
It's
guy.
all the same guy, 5 different personalities.
But doesn't he have superpowers or something?
When he's Moon Knight,
Yeah.
yes, he has the powers that Khonshu, the god of the moon, gives him.
But isn't he always
Gives
Moon
the moon
Knight?
god.
He's not always Moon Knight?
No.
He's not. Oh no.
Not always Moon Knight.
What? Only when there's a full moon or something?
His powers are affected by the phase of the moon and also by the will of Khonshu,
Mhm.
who's kind of a dick. He sometimes he hates Mark Spector. He calls him a dirty Jew every now and again.
And then he makes him Moon Knight, or he won't let him be Moon Knight?
No, and then he him makes him Moon Knight because he is the chosen servant of Khonshu, even though Khonshu kind of hates him.
Yeah. There's a lot going on.
Yeah. The TV show should be interesting. How are they
I'm
gonna
TV show
saying
fucking
should be interesting. For me personally, I'm glad it's Disney Plus, right? This is on Disney Plus, so
Mhm.
it can't go too far, like just full on gore. Like
Mhm.
it's
Like
not
some
going to
Moon
go
Knight,
like
yeah.
like this could go like where I wouldn't want to watch it, right? Like I get that's what some people would want is like the shocking value, but like I'm like Disney Plus. This is gonna be my speed of Moon Knight.
My Moon Knight. All right.
But,
Shanna,
I'm a big fan of recent Moon Knight comic books, and this is pulling from. And by recent, I mean like 15 years ago. But,
That's not
that's
recent.
recent to me. That's recent enough. I really like that stuff, and I'm really excited to see if they can pull it off.
all right. Shanna fan writes in and he asks, has there been a family movie night at the Shipwreck House for the Garbage Pail Kids movie yet? Did you know there was a movie?
I definitely have it on Blu-ray, and it's on our Plex.
No 4K though?
I don't think that's out in 4K.
Okay.
We have not watched that as a family yet. It's not a particularly great movie.
I'm shocked.
No, it's not.
It's
You've seen it?
So have I seen it?
No,
Yeah.
Wombat.
Yeah, of course I've seen it with
Oh.
Alligator and Anthony Newley.
Yeah, I mean,
Oh,
you
is
haven't
that
seen
an
it,
old, is that an 80s movie?
Yeah,
Yes.
it's a real
don't think I
people
watched it, though.
with people in costumes.
I didn't watch
right?
that. I
Like,
don't think. You know why?
Why?
Because I'm a man.
Mm.
That's why.
Yes, I actually remember seeing that movie when it came out. I remember being really excited to see that movie.
Oh my god. That explains a lot.
I remember when it got in at the video store and running home going, I can't believe I got to watch Garbage Can movie. And then putting it on and watching it going, why did I watch the Garbage Pail Kid movie?
I've seen it several times in my
It's pretty bad.
lifetime.
It's pretty bad.
It's got moments, but yeah, it's I don't know. Doesn't stay true to the Garbage Pail Kid spirit.
All right. Let's
Stick to the books.
I was gonna
Thank
say
you.
of movies based on Topps trading cards, Garbage Pail Kids, not the best.
Number 2 behind Mars Attacks.
I'd say 2 of 2.
all right.
Although Jurassic Park is a little bit, whatever. Jurassic Park 3 has
That's
a
based on-
Dinosaur Attacks influence.
What?
Dinosaurs Attacks was another. Never mind.
What's Dinosaur Attacks?
Dinosaur Attacks was another trading card series from the makers of Mars Attacks.
Yeah, I don't think you can.
Oh,
I think the Jurassic Park were more based upon the novels.
yeah.
Well, yeah, that's the Michael Crichton book. But I'm
Yeah.
saying like the third one at the end when the dinosaurs in the city was influenced, but never mind.
Okay, let's do some ads.
Oh yeah, I could do that. Let me go.
You should do it.
Yeah, we're gonna talk about our friends at Mac Weldon, or our friend Mac Weldon. Maybe we know him personally. It's no secret we all want to look our best this spring, right? Mack Weldon is the expert when it comes to stylish essentials, perfect for the new season. Whether you want to upgrade your sweat collection or need gear that stands up to the changing weather, Mack Weldon has exactly what you're looking for. And if that's not convenient enough, let me tell you about Mack Weldon's daily wear system. All the clothes work together for real. So whether you're headed to work, going for a run, or just hanging on the couch, getting dressed takes no effort at all. I am wearing my brand new Ace sweatpants. They are the most comfortable. I'm also wearing some new Mack Weldon jersey knit underwear and the boxers. And I am also wearing some socks that are like extra thick warm socks because my floors get cold. And I got it all today. They're all new. They're all awesome. I love Mack Weldon. I have a pair of Mack Weldon underwear for every day of the week. Let me first admit I've become something of a collector of these, and you will too. Mack Weldon's Ace sweatshirt, sweatpants, and sweat shorts are not your average sweats. To be honest, I live in mine. I love how insanely soft they are. Plus, they're nice enough to wear to the store or cruise the neighborhood in. Now, this new collection checks all my boxes, and I bet you'll agree. Mack Weldon's Atlas Jogger, half zip, and full zip jacket are built for success, rain or shine, with a comfortable, water-resistant, and eco-responsible fabric, so I feel as good as them as I do about wearing them.
Eco-responsible.
What did I say?
Eco? Yeah.
Eco-responsible fabric. For anyone who is looking to step up their daily routine, don't miss these. Check out Mack Weldon for yourself and save 20% off your first order. Visit mackweldon.com/CAG and enter promo code CAG. Again, that's mackweldon.com/CAG and enter promo code CAG for 20% off. Find your perfect look this spring.
Nice.
I will.
I just got my pants today in the mail.
I've got my Mack Weldon slippers on.
Nice.
They make tall sizes in the sweatpants now for you tall people out there who don't want cold ankles anymore.
Make foot sizes in the slippers.
Let's talk about those new releases.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
I think this
are we gonna like talk about it, or it's like, is there anything else here to talk about?
Conan Chop Chop.
I was gonna say, do you want to talk about Conan Chop Chop? Because I know you're excited for that.
Mrs. Shipwreck and I played some of that last night.
Nice.
So this is a game that Cheapy and I played last E3.
2019, right?
That's the last one.
Yeah. It was supposed to come out
E3.
It was supposed to come out in 2020. I actually checked my I just searched Conan Chop Chop in my emails, and I found like all our shit, and then like that it was supposed to come out.
Right, that was the last E3, right?
2019.
Is that the last one? I can't remember. There wasn't one.
I think so.
There wasn't one in 2020. That's for sure. If there was the one, it was 2019. Yeah.
This game got delayed. This game got delayed 2 years.
It's still good. We liked playing it when we played it at E3.
Does it have a different look, or did I just remember it?
It's the same type of look. And it's a up to 4-player co-op roguelike that is similar to like a Castle Crashers style of battling.
And look, the visuals are very similar.
Similar, not quite as bright and cartoony. It's a slightly different art style.
Because they have more stick figures, so like
there's more stick figure-ish. Yeah,
it's that. What's that? Cyanide and that comic strip.
Cyanide and burps.
Cyanide and burps.
Happiness.
Why can't I think of it? Cyanide and happiness. Thank you.
And burps.
Yeah, it's that look.
Yeah,
but Conan the Barbarian.
So it's a roguelike where it's not overly punishing. You still get enough experience each time that you feel like you're leveling up and adding new things. And the maps are randomized, right? I wouldn't call them procedurally generated or anything, because there's not that much changing with them. Like they're just switching up the tiles, right?
Sure.
Like, hey, this time you don't know where.
Would this game be fun to play alone, or is it really co-op or bust?
You could play it alone, but it's gonna be more difficult, right? Because the way that works is if one player goes down, as long as the other player or players kills everything in that screen, then it brings the other person back.
Well, I don't know if you've seen the internet lately, but I don't worry about difficulty games anymore. So
Right.
Yeah.
Does Conan have a class that can just let you just sit back on your horse and throw things and then just make the enemies disappear? Or no?
I haven't unlocked that class yet, but
right. No, I've been waiting for this game to come out. I was hoping it was going to be on Game Pass.
It's got online co-op as well.
Yeah.
So we could play.
That could be fun.
Yeah, it's a fun game.
Like $20, right?
It's $20, which I think is an appropriate price for that type of game.
Nice.
What else we got on the list?
Martha is Dead. Batman's favorite game, or least favorite game.
Mm-hmm.
What is that?
Superman's favorite game too.
Martha is Dead. That's
she never dies.
That's one of those serious like suicide games.
Oh my God, no. Right? No, we don't want that.
I think it is. Shadow Warrior 3. That's
a big one. That's good. Those games are real fun.
Yeah, they are fun. I feel like a lot of games came out this week.
Yes.
And like that, and I don't even. Is it Elix? Elix 2?
Yeah, I watched the video about that. Check it out.
That's a big release as well.
It looks like Elden Ring.
I tried playing the first one and I never could get into it. Like I know the game's supposed to be really hard, but I couldn't even like get far enough where I was like, oh, this is difficult. I don't know. It didn't catch my attention. Maybe because I think it was on Game Pass or one of those Game with Gold.
It didn't spark your joy.
What about Babylon's Fall?
I don't know what that is.
That is
you get a contest for it.
Yes, we gave away. Part of the reason why the show was a little late today was they had to give away 10 copies of the game and other valuable prizes. That's the Platinum Games co-op that's coming out tomorrow, Friday. You should get it from Best Buy.
And that's a PlayStation exclusive?
That is. It's PS5 and PS4.
Yeah, that would probably be why.
So should we talk about Elden Ring now? Is now the time?
I mean, do we want to talk about Elden Ring now?
Yes, of course we do. It's fucking show's almost over.
I know. Okay, I bought Elden Ring.
I also bought Elden Ring.
I bought it because
he's putting on his Elden Ring.
You did it.
Shipwreck's got the glasses.
I did not buy Elden Ring.
Shipwreck's got the glasses that make it look like his eyes are open when he's gonna have a little snooze right now. No, you should listen to this. This is important. This is a philosophical discussion on so many levels.
This is the happiest I've ever been on this show.
Seeing those glasses? Oh, I should get some glasses.
Yeah, probably.
First of all, let's talk about if he's moving, he's not sleeping though.
I know. Anyway, you were saying.
I'm saying let's talk about the review scores for a second.
Yes, let's talk about those review scores because this is is it still the highest reviewed game on Metacritic?
It's one of the highest. It is one of the highest reviewed games ever. The last I checked, it was a 97, and I knew that because I had to make artwork for the contest.
Okay, 97 still crazy.
Yeah, I'm assuming it's still it might be down to 96 now. I'm not changing that graphic unless they ask me to. Yeah, this is like, it's a fun game and all. It's got a lot of issues. It's not really a 97 if we're using a 100-point scale, in my opinion. I feel like
it's 88.
I feel well, whatever. I mean, I feel like, but there's a big difference. There's a big difference. Shipwreck's got multiple angles of him and his glasses. There's a big difference between an 88 and a 97 when it comes to game reviews. It's like
I know
it's really hard to get above a 95. I feel like one of the big problems in game criticism, and not just game criticism, but like movie criticism and anything that is under the pop culture umbrella, is that it's really like covered by an enthusiast press. So like the people who are reviewing Elden Ring are huge fans of the Souls types of games, right? Like none of the publications are like getting their Wombat type gamer on staff to play Elden Ring, right? That's not how the business works.
Not that I know, I'm sure you're right.
Right? So it's like, what does that score really mean? Does it really mean anything anymore? Obviously, compared to other like super high quality games, this one's got a lot of issues. It's, you know, it's pretty janky. It's not like, it's a good looking game, but it's not like, you know, it's sometimes it's good looking and sometimes it's like, oh, there's a lot of fog. Can't really see too far. I just feel like if more publications should have the reviewers maybe not be like an expert on the series, but maybe that's what the readers want. I don't know. It's just, you wind up getting people to buy the game who are not interested in it because the score is so high. And it's sort of like this. It's not really
the hype on it on social media and all around.
It's ridiculous.
Was way too out
It
there.
got you to buy it. It got posted.
Well, yeah, that's our whole point. Is that
it got me to buy
I stayed
it.
strong. I already knew what these games were.
Well, I knew what it was too. I bought it because I knew that if we talked about the scores and the hype, and then it came to, but I haven't played it.
Right, it's bullshit. You can't even talk about it.
Then it would seem a little disingenuous.
We would all be wearing those glasses, Ship.
Exactly.
It would just be silence.
Or it would be 2 minutes of conversation and every comment would be the biggest game release in a decade and you guys didn't even play it.
Right, exactly.
So I'm like, you know what? I did my taxes. I'm going to buy Elden Ring. So
I just think that like
that's a great box quote.
Right.
I know,
did my taxes. I'm gonna buy Elden Ring.
But when you look at like the way movies are reviewed today,
and after I did my taxes, I needed something.
You needed to die over. You needed more frustration to the max. But when you look at like the way movies are reviewed today, it's like enthusiast coverage. Like if there's outlets get blacklisted if the reviews aren't good. You know, it's just like you can't really trust anything. Anyway, the game, I'm having a pretty fun time with the game. Like I think it's pretty good.
Yeah, let's talk about the game.
Sure,
itself.
sure.
Yeah.
The disconnect I think that some people may have about the difficulty of the game is that, you know, you have to be prepared to die a lot. That's going to happen. But I think that maybe the people who haven't played the game, like Shipwreck, may think like the penalty for death is a lot worse than it actually is. No, you don't think that?
I don't think that at all.
Oh.
I just don't.
I actually think the penalty for death is more annoying and unnecessary than it needs to be. I think it would be better if when you died, you just went back to your last whatever campfire.
Oh, I like that mechanic of picking up your souls when you die. As long as you have to pick up your other shit, like
I don't. I find it annoying.
It's the same mechanic, right? As all the rest of the games.
Yeah. But it's
I played this game. I don't like these games.
I was just saying, I know it's the same mechanic. I just find it annoying, and that's a me thing. I'm not saying they have to.
Do you find yourself losing a lot of souls over that? I don't.
I think there was maybe one time where I was in an area and it was at a boss where I went too soon, so I wasn't getting those souls back.
Okay, but that's just part of the learning experience. I think it's not a killer. I actually like that gameplay mechanic, and I think the fact that they have that horse, your ghost horse, like you can run at the speed of light, not the speed of light, but you can run so fast that you can like snatch, smash and grab, basically pick up your runes and get out of there.
Yeah, when it's in the open world, I don't care. It's when it's
like a boss area that you can't get to.
I feel like if you die in a boss fight that's behind one of those fog walls, the XP should be right in front of the fog wall.
You got to cash that shit in before you fight that boss.
Well, again, it's a lesson learned.
Yeah, exactly. But, so I don't mind that mechanic at all. And being that's basically the penalty for death. It's not so bad. It's just if you find a certain area that's too hard, you just gotta get stronger. Fight some shittier guys, get stronger.
It's not a question of okay. So let's talk about it. Let's go to the brass tacks here. So how many bosses have you felled so far?
I don't know, like 5.
Yeah, I'm probably 5 or 6. I think at this point, right? So I'm enjoying the game. I've played a lot of the game. My main issue with the game is
stop saying game.
Huh?
Stop saying game.
It's a game. My main issue with Elden Ring is it's more of an internet experience than it is exploring on your own and learning on your own.
You should turn that off. Oh, you're saying looking up, you have to look up shit online too much.
Yeah,
I agree with you 100%.
It's too much of that.
I agree.
It's too much of, I don't, I'm playing as this class where, people will say
what's the
something
first thing you did when you played the game?
I watched a YouTube video. Well,
you did more than watch it, right?
Yeah.
You have to fucking
follow the YouTube video on what to do for the first half hour of the game, so you can actually
enjoy yourself afterwards. Yeah. So your guy's not getting his shit kicked in like every 2 seconds.
And I think that's where the quote unquote difficulty issue comes in, and that whole it's not necessarily that the game needs an easy mode as much as the game has to. I feel like it hasn't made a decision on what it wants to be. Is the game going to be punishingly difficult, or is it going to be?
And it's going to make you look shit up.
And it's going to make but if the game wants to reward me for exploring, then it needs to sort of temper how it punishes you. I understand, like when you first start up that game and there's the tree guardian or whatever his name is, and that's a boss that you can't beat at the start of the game. I really like that idea. I like the idea that there's this boss there that you can't beat when you start the game. And if you try, you're going to die and you have to level up and come back. But if you want me to explore this world, then you have to also let me explore the world on my own and figure things out for myself without punishing me so much that the exploration seems as tedious as the boss fights are.
Well, it's even beyond that. Like the exploration has to go on outside of the game. Like now you're on YouTube, now you're on Reddit, now you're on Twitter. People like that though. Some people really like that because they like to find a game where it can occupy all their time, not just the time they're playing the game, but the time they're at work as they looking little shit up while they're, on hold somewhere. They like that. So for some people, that's like a feature. But for me, I don't really want to be studying video games in that way. Like I just want to play it, and like Wombat said, like let me be able to figure out what a sculpting stone is. But there's no way to do that. Like everything you have to fucking Google. Like because it doesn't explain. I don't know what a rune arc does, but and it's a little too much work in that front. I like the exploration in the game, just like walking my horse, riding my horse around and this looks crazy. It looks like I'm in hell right now. Like, wow. But not the Googling exploration. Yeah. That's like too much.
Yeah. It's what should be the gear I get first is something I should be able to figure out on my own without having to watch a video. And I actually think the game also may have a bit of I think it's a little loot stingy.
Yeah, I don't need it to hold my hand like so much, but like
no, I'm not saying that either.
Instruction in the game or somehow like it's too much on. It's you have to look shit up online for this game. I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, no, you do. You have to.
It's just and I guess it's.
And I don't want
the genre of game it is.
Yeah, I want my game to be more self-contained than that. And I think that's sort of where the misconception of the game needing an easy mode comes in. Because I think the game for me, and again, this is a game I've sunk well over 15 hours in, maybe 20 hours in already. And what? More than that?
I don't know.
Oh, okay. I'm like, who knows? And I'm enjoying it, and I'm going to keep playing it because I do really enjoy it. And I feel like I need to preface it when I say, but the game would be better to me if when I went into a cave where there were 5 rats, those rats didn't kill me immediately. I understand.
The game is cheap. It is very cheap.
It's a little cheap. It's like, oh wait, what is this? And then you're dead. And then it's like, oh, I guess I'm going.
Oh, it was an imp hiding behind the corner, and there was like no way for me to know it was there unless I went online and read the walkthrough
or read the glowing thing that someone leaves behind on the floor.
By the way, how much do game sites fucking love these games? Because they just pump out so much content, like how to do this cave, how to do that cave. 10 out of 10s. Right,
So
it's
they
10
can
out of
keep
10
writing
traffic
it-
generator. That's
So
a
they can keep
self-fulfilling
writing about
prophecy.
Elden Ring forever.
Right, because you have to, and you know, all the big sites come up when you search. You type in like Stormfront Cave or whatever the fuck the name of the place is.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, I mean, they must love it. They must love it. But
I think there's like a middle ground.
that's some other game.
But that's some other game, and well, it's that's Skyrim, I guess.
Yeah.
Which, let's be honest, Skyrim is a better game. So
Yeah,
yeah, it is. Skyrim is a better game.
sure.
That's not. I'm
it's
not
a bigger game.
saying anything.
It's a bigger game in every way, though. Too.
I'm not saying anything incredibly controversial.
But not according to Metacritic, is it?
Yeah, I don't know.
What did Skyrim get? Probably not a 96.
Which version?
Right, exactly. None of them, I'm sure. Probably.
Mm-hmm.
Anyway, I'm having fun with this still, and what's really nice is Mrs. Cheapy likes third-person action RPGs. That's her favorite thing to watch me play, and that's what this game is, because they don't make her nauseous like the way first-person games do, and she likes build-up, and this game's got a lot of build-up, even though it's moving pretty slow now that I'm like in my level 20s or whatever, and it costs 6,000 souls or whatever to go up 1 point.
Darkness in the chat is saying that I used to use an app for Fortnite challenges before Epic started putting icons on the map. So I'm going to go and say this is a two-part thing. Yes, with Fortnite, with certain challenges, you had to like open up an app to see where to go to find the thing, to place the thing.
I'm doing this all the time in Elden Ring.
And that's annoying. But as also Darkness just said in his second thing, Epic now puts the icons on the map, and I don't need to use an app anymore because they fixed what was annoying. So you literally proved my point in your criticism to me.
Good job, Darkness.
Yeah.
I feel like From Software, like they embrace the annoyance. Like that's what makes the game, right? Like
it's part
like,
of the marketing.
Right.
Now at this point, it's great, and I'm sure they've sold a shit ton of these. Like, I'm pretty sure this is a successful game. And I got my Steelcase book. For some reason, I ordered the digital copy from Best Buy, and they send you the Steelcase book, I guess.
It's a fun game. Don't
put the code in here.
Don't get me wrong. Don't misunderstand. The game is fun, and it's worth.
But you'll say fuck a lot. You're gonna say fuck a lot.
I just wish it wasn't so obtuse. That's the word I would use.
It's made its own genre, and
as Darkness says, he didn't hear me complaining before because the challenges were 1 day a week for Fortnite out of me playing 7 days a week of a game that I was enjoying to level up. This is every time I turn on the damn game, I need to go and like, well, what am I supposed to do next? It's the whole game. It's the whole game is me on my phone.
Does the combat still suck in these games? Because it looks like it still sucks.
It's a little sucky. The problem, you know what the big problem is? So both Wombat and I are taking playing as astrologers, because we both did the same guide to build up, and astrologer is like your mage class. The problem is that the most powerful spell that they give you is most powerful spell in the game is the one that you start with, which is like the shitty little pebble that you throw.
No,
magic
it's
pebble.
not.
Yeah, it is. It levels up with if you have the right staff, it levels up.
What staff are you using?
The meteorite staff.
I have the meteorite staff.
So you level up your intelligence?
Yeah.
It's the most highest damage per second.
I use the one that's the 3 meteorites that you throw.
That's not good. It drains too much. And it's not as efficient.
I've beaten every boss with that in like 5 hits.
Really?
Yeah.
The internet says otherwise.
See, what do I know? Exactly. I don't. Whatever.
Anyway, yeah, right. Like I looked up because like, what's the best spell? Anyway, so it's kind of lame that the beginner spell that isn't that interesting to look at is actually the one that you wind up spamming all the time because it's just the most efficient. They need to sort of tune that. I don't know if that shit happens. Anyway, we could probably stop talking about the Elden Ring for now, and so Shipwreck can take his glasses off. And I thought you were going to put on a second pair of glasses, Ship, when Wombat started talking about Fortnite on top of Elden Ring. But luckily,
I could have. They were just out of. You didn't give me enough time to do that.
I don't have much Fortnite to talk about.
You were talking about it just now with the icons and whatnot.
True.
Anyway, we'll keep playing Elden Ring, and
It's such a time sink though too. Like,
yeah, I'm gonna bounce from it eventually. Like, I'm not making it that far. I like to check out the areas are visually interesting, a lot of them. There's like some really cool like sunsets and like ray trace. I think there's ray tracing in this. It looked like, at least there's God rays in this that look pretty nice when you're in the right time. The artwork on the enemies is really good. It's interesting to look at, and there's plenty of like holy shit moments where you're just walking in a field, and then all of a sudden, like, you didn't realize, but you were walking over like this giant, and he was sleeping, and he gets up, and now he's fucking chasing you. So there's some interesting experiences to be had there.
There's a lot of interesting and a lot of cool experiences. I like the look of the enemies. I think is really cool.
Yes.
But, yeah. Okay. Enough.
All right. Let's do some. That's it for the new releases, right? Yes. Say yes. Yes. Okay. Yes. Let's do some shopping news. Remember Amazon Luna? You know what that is? You do know what that is. You admit it.
Kind of.
That's like their Stadia.
Yeah.
I know exactly what it is.
So that has launched. It was in early access before, and so now it's launched. And with it, we see what their business model is.
Shitty.
It's sort of weird and confusing. I feel like it's like a step in the right direction, like definitely better than what Stadia was doing. But they've basically taken like the Game Pass model, but saying, okay, we've got a family channel, we've got like the indie. I don't remember what the channels were.
Here's where it gets weird. So I have it open right here.
Yeah,
there are 6 different channels,
right,
for this, and each one is a separate fee. So if you want to get everything, you would have to subscribe to you would have to subscribe to 5 different things at 5 fees, because there is the free with Prime channel, but the free with Prime channel only includes 4 games. It's sort of like, it's weird that a company like Amazon that's kind of nailed the idea of subscribe to Prime, get this, you get the movies and TV stuff,
right,
when you subscribe to Prime for shipping, was when it came to their game platform, was like, we need as many weird channels as possible with no overlap in any of the games.
Seems like a lot of work for like everybody involved. It's work for them to have to separate the games to channels. It's work for the customer to figure out, okay, there's new games coming out, but like, what channel is it on? And
when Apple is doing a better job with their proprietary games service, that's when you messed it up. Because this is, if you want, so there's Luna, which I guess is the marquee
Luna Plus.
Luna Plus, which is the marquee version. That's $6 a month, and that includes games like Saints Row Remastered and Sonic Mania and Control. But if you want family games, that's either only $2.99 a month or an additional $2.99 a month for the family games, like SpongeBob Battle for Bikini Bottom and Garfield Kart Racing.
It's too confusing. You can see why it's confusing.
SpongeBob Battle for Bikini Bottom is not on Luna Plus, because none of the games in the family channel are on Luna Plus. Now, let's say you're a retro gamer, you want to play some Street Fighter 2, some Metal Slug 3. Now, those games are also not going to be on Luna Plus.
There's no crossover, right?
No crossover. So that's only going to be on the retro channel. Now, that's another $4.99 a month. So now you got 6, you got 3, you got 5. So, you're now spending, what's that, shipwreck? That's $14 a month. So now you're up to $14 a month already just to play these games. Now, let's say you want to also have Jackbox games that you can play with your family. And,
I see what they're doing.
Now that's another $5 a month for all of the Jackbox party packs.
Sense. What's going on?
So now you're spending another $5. Now you're up to $19 a month. Just
Amazon, just throw it all in one bundle.
It's weird.
No, wait, it gets better. Wait, maybe.
But here's why they're doing
Ubisoft
it this way.
Games.
It's because of things like Ubisoft Plus and Jackbox games. So they could conceivably have like Xbox Game Pass on here, and that just be a channel. I think that's the play here. But it seems like if you're gonna do that,
Luna Plus Family, Retro, and Jackbox should be one thing for one price, and it should be about $10 a month.
Right.
And Ubisoft Plus should be an
Its own
additional
thing.
18. Yeah.
Whatever
its
they're
own
gonna
So
take.
crazy though, that the $18 a month for that Ubisoft Plus
to stream it. Yeah.
to how many games are you playing in a month? Like the games that are on there don't cost that much.
No,
right?
it's not worth it. That's not worth it.
Just go buy the games.
It's weird.
I don't know. Like,
Yeah.
okay.
It's a lot.
I still feel like they could salvage this. They just have to figure it out.
Figure out the channels. I think what Wombat said is right. They need to have their like these big services like Ubisoft Plus and like EA Play and what
That's a
else? And
separate
Xbox.
animal. I understand that.
Yeah, but all the other games they have to have.
Jackbox isn't.
Yeah, they
Retro
could.
Channel
I think Jackbox could be its own thing.
But just
Jackbox
fucking make it pay whatever they need to do to make it part of the main package. Like,
but
come on.
that's why you're Amazon. Just go ahead and like
don't. Yeah, the customer doesn't want to look at a page of different channels. It's just they're gonna click away. Like that's what happens. It's just like
I get the family channel option. I do get the family channel option for like $2.99 a month. That makes sense.
Right.
But you have to have the Luna Plus option include the family one. Right?
Right.
Like you can't the family one by itself makes sense because if you're like, okay, I want to pay $3 a month so my kids can play
some
whatever games they want, right?
On their stupid tablet.
Right.
Like Apple Arcade.
Yeah, like Apple Arcade. It makes sense. It's like, okay, Apple Arcade, whatever, $5 a month so my whole family can play whatever they want on their devices.
Right.
This
of
would
course,
be the
with
same
Apple Arcade,
thing.
you could download and play offline, but that's a whole different thing.
Sure. It's not exactly one-to-one.
No.
But this is just weird. Like the not having the all-encompassing
it's weird,
or like bundles of them at least is weird.
$10 a month gets you Luna Plus, Family, Retro, and Jackbox. That is something that I would think about at least.
Right.
This is something that I'm going, no.
Right.
Just immediately, no.
Yeah. Imagine if Netflix had like you had to pay extra for like the action. There's the action channel or the drama channel. It's like it's too confusing. Just fucking simplify. People are getting this. Would get this because it's simple. That's why. That's the whole fucking selling point of it. Is that it's simple. Let's move on to what everyone wants to talk about. The Amico news. There's been a Amico.
I got an email from them tonight.
Breaking news.
Yeah, they had put out, of course, when we last left Amico, they had started their Start Engine campaign, right? That was the Invest in Television campaign, and it had lofty goals, I would say. And it was
how'd it come out? How'd it turn out? Excellent.
Well, they stopped it. Right? Like it wasn't gaining much traction at all.
Oh, I saw it. Had $55,000, right?
Yeah, $55,000. And they were going for some millions of dollars is what they were going for, right? I don't remember exactly what the number was.
Wasn't it like 1% of what they were trying to get?
Yeah, I want to say they were going for like $5 million or something like that. I might be wrong, but nobody's going to check.
Right.
So they stopped it. Right. And so everybody's like, oh, well, that's not a good sign. But then I get this email from Phil Adam, who is the new CEO, right?
Totally made up name.
Television. It's Tommy Tallarico's alias, Phil Adam. And he said he just wanted to, since I'm on their mailing list, even though I've canceled my Amico at this point, right? But I'm still on the Intellivision hot list.
Oh, yeah.
He just wanted to take a moment to provide me an update and extend his apologies as well. So, so over the last few weeks, outside of Start Engine, they've gotten into discussions with other potential investors and acquirers. Right. So now we have another party in here that they're now in a quiet period while they're negotiating these deals, which also makes sense. Like that's what you do in the business world.
Who could possibly be looking for this?
I don't know. There's a new group's involvement. It says it right in my email.
I understand. This has got to be related to NFTs. Somebody wants to make Intellivision NFTs, and
who do you think came in? Who do you think came in and it's like, I want Intellivision?
I'm telling you, some crypto shit. Some crypto shit.
I think Chibi's right. I can see that being a crypto thing. I don't think it means buying the console. I think it means buying the name in television, and it means being able to make your stupid crypto things that look like something like those
The Intellivision guy, the running guy.
Yeah, the Intellivision running guy, something that looks like those sleeves that slid into the controllers.
The poker guy, the dealer, poker dealer.
Yeah, it's going to be things like that. It's not going to be anything that requires any type of manufacturing. That I'm with Cheapy on this one.
Yeah, it's going to be some bullshit.
It's going to be someone who's going to be like, well, how much do you owe? And they're going to be like, oh, we owe like $1 million or some whatever.
$1 million.
I don't know. I'm trying to be nice. And they'll be like, okay, we'll give you half that. You're out. And that's my guess. That's my guess with the GP.
Do you think somebody is at least going to try to recoup some of this with maybe putting those games out on something?
Why? What games? There was the Earthworm Jim or something?
Gym game. The Earthworm Jim game.
I don't think
iPhone game
exists.
Yeah, they could put them out on iPhones.
You don't think the game exists? Well, there's no hardware.
They could put them on Apple Arcade.
Yeah,
maybe Apple will buy it. Maybe Apple will buy it and turn them all into Apple Arcade.
No, maybe Epic.
What games? Like you said, there are no games. Probably.
I know. I don't know. They're probably
seems weird.
It. If there are no games, then nothing.
I'm thinking speaker hats. Speaker hats or crypto shit.
Yeah, I'm going with crypto shit. I'm with Cheapy on this.
Speaker shoes? How about speaker shoes? Oh, it sucks. I know you guys didn't listen to it, but on the outro on the last show, I found this clip of Tommy giving a tour of the new Intellivision offices, and he gets to what, like in the middle of the video, he gets to he's like, oh, here's our shipping area. Of course, there's nothing in it right now. But here's, it was Phil, I think. Here's Phil's race car that he's storing here. And eventually we'll have some Intellivisions to ship out. But right now we got Phil's race cars. And he goes, and some interesting, and then he starts talking about like how, Phil's race car, it's just like, you're like, oh God, it's so, it's super cringy, especially now. But anyway.
I feel bad and,
I love the Intellivision.
Say their customer service, one email was all it took. Less than 24 hours later, I had my money back.
You checked the money was credited back. Okay.
Yeah. Straight back into the PayPal account.
Nice.
So
yeah. Well, I hope it works out for everybody. Especially me. I don't know how that could work it, but what else we got here? Oh, let's go to GBD's Wombat's Fortnightly News.
Wow.
The breaking news before the show was that Epic Games bought Bandcamp.
Yep. They're on that music streak. They bought Bandcamp. They bought Harmonix last year, right? Mm-hmm. Was it last fall? So they're doing something. Something's going on with music. I mean, Harmonix, they said was a Fortnite related purchase. Like they plan on doing something with Harmonix and Fortnite. Yeah, that was in their statement.
Oh,
that the Bandcamp one is the statement right now is that everything is operating as normal with Bandcamp, and it's a completely separate thing, which is what you say early on in these acquisitions before everything goes to crap.
Well, what do you think is going to happen?
I think they're going to screw up Bandcamp is what I think is going to happen.
I got to admit, I don't know what Bandcamp is. It's a place to buy music.
Bandcamp is where artists can put out their own music, right, and sell their own music.
And they make almost all the money from it, as opposed to a
Spotify.
Right,
that part I knew. Okay, so the artists are publishing themselves on Bandcamp, basically.
Mm-hmm.
Correct. So Jason, that's where Jason Isbell puts all of his like live recorded shows that he puts out. So he puts those out there, and they're like $10 each or whatever to download a live concert of them. So it's a good platform that's like, it's very indie based. Like it's easy to buy things on it.
Was Jason blowing up your phone this afternoon? What about that news? Or is he?
No, I haven't talked to him about it yet. I should have before the show. That was my mistake. It happened too quickly.
When are we going to get a Jason Isbell concert in Fortnite? That's the other question.
I don't know. It doesn't seem like a likely thing.
What about a Jason Isbell character?
It's an interesting buy from Epic though, right? It just seems
I don't see what they're gonna do. Who knows?
Well,
Maybe
I mean,
they
look
do
at
nothing.
it. Well, Harmonix games traditionally had a lot of music DLC where you were buying the song for use in the game.
Yeah, but you don't get that with Bandcamp, right?
Maybe it would be.
Bandcamp's just the platform where artists sell their music through, right?
Okay.
Like you don't have the right; they don't get the rights to any of this music from buying Bandcamp.
Right.
It's strictly like a store. It's a storefront that Bandcamp gets a cut of the proceeds.
Do you think there's like a play where you somehow use that platform as like a license, a way to get those songs licensed for use in certain games?
Or is there a patented technology that Bandcamp uses that has a use outside of Bandcamp? That's the other question. I don't know the answer to that, but that could make an acquisition make sense. Like,
I click a button and it lets me download MP3s.
I mean, who knows? Maybe I've
heard of that before.
Right. There might be something behind that where like they were developing something and they're like, holy crap, we can't release this because Bandcamp has the patent.
I'll give you that.
And they were like, well, what if we just bought Bandcamp and then we don't have to worry about their patent?
I feel like they're just going after Apple and they're like, fine, we'll buy our own music store.
They're just trolling Apple, you think? Tim's just trolling Apple? The Tims are trolling each other now? Tim versus Tim?
Epic streaming service? Epic streaming music?
Epic Fitness?
Yeah.
See, that would be very difficult for them to do with Bandcamp because the appeal for Bandcamp for artists is that high cut, right?
Yeah.
Right. So I don't know. It just doesn't seem to make a lot of sense right at the moment of why Epic would want this.
I'm sticking with my patent theory.
Right.
We'll see if it turns out to be correct or just,
I'm surprised you don't check out Bandcamp, Cheapy. It's got all kinds of beeps and boops on there.
Like DJ sets and stuff?
I'm sure.
But I don't know. There's so much music everywhere.
I wonder if I'll be able to buy the Butter Barn song from Fortnite now on Bandcamp.
I haven't bought any music in ages because of all the streaming platforms.
Yeah, I can't tell you the last time I bought music.
Anything. And I know that's you're not supposed to say that because it doesn't support the artists, but
I pay for music streaming.
I know,
it's not
but
like
the
I'm
artists
stealing it.
I know, but the artists don't get very much, so it's not.
I
you're like a bad guy.
understand that, but I already pay. But it's not like I'm not paying to hear music.
You should stop stealing
As a
music.
consumer, I'm doing the right thing.
You should subscribe to Tidal Plus, and then the artists get a bigger cut of the streaming. Tidal makes you pay more if you want the artists to get a bigger cut.
I understand that.
That seems wrong.
My wife and daughter are like knee deep in the Prime music ecosystem because they're all like Amazon based.
Right.
So I don't mess with that.
Right.
I don't know.
All right.
I don't listen to anything cool anyway.
Right. No, I've never even visited Bandcamp's website once. I got to be honest. But that's, I'm old. That's for young people. All right. Let's go to the CAG bag real quick. And then we can go to bed. At Ansto2, are you waiting until you get a PS5, not Shipwreck, to play Horizon Zero Dawn Forbidden West?
I thought we said that last week.
We are.
Yeah, we said that.
What about you, Shipwreck? Did you buy it?
Did not buy it yet.
No, that's rare for you. Usually you buy the game and keep it wrapped up for a while. What's wrong?
There's something about, I don't know. I just don't like the art style of that game.
It's so weird. You buy everything.
Is it the beard on the lead woman?
It's not the beard. It's how much crap she's wearing. I feel like every character is just wearing too much crap.
Too much fucking shit on her.
Yes, they
she doesn't want to. She doesn't want to go on anymore. Don't want to be around anymore.
Like every character, it just seems they're so detailed, and they have like 8 layers of clothing.
It's all moving.
Items.
They're showing off.
All is just like flapping around everywhere. I mean, it's very impressive what they've done. It's just like the art style doesn't do anything for me. And I know what the game is, right? Like it's this open world. I'm gonna do all this same crap that you do in all these open world games.
It's fun, right? But
it's the
robot
same game
dinosaurs.
You should play Elden Ring instead. Then.
Nah, you shouldn't.
I think you should dive in.
No.
I've already got Dying Light 2, right? So I've already got a game that that I'm playing. I don't know.
Right.
I may get around to it, but nobody's even talking about Horizon anymore.
Elden
it's
Ring
been-
only.
it's
This
been
is-
Elden
like 2
Ring came
weeks.
along and was like, get out of my way.
Yeah.
Mhm.
So
yeah.
I don't feel any pressure to like play that right now because nobody's talking about it anyways.
Yeah.
So
Fair enough. Right. No rush. We'll
there,
all meet
it'll be
around.
there.
I'm sure
Yeah.
Elden Ring conversations will go away in about a week anyway. I don't know what's coming out, but people will just be like, whatever.
Kirby.
Fine.
Maybe.
That'll be the next 97 on Metacritic.
He also asked if Wombat ever finished Resident Evil 4 VR.
I did not.
I didn't. Yeah. And
Yeah.
he's waiting for a price drop, and
Sure.
that's
I'm still playing Infernix.
That's the-
I don't know how.
what is that?
That's the Castlevania game. I'm about 75% through that,
And you have Borderlands at the end
that
of the
one's
month.
really good. Infernix is really good. What's the Metacritic on Infernix? I feel like it should be high.
I'll check. Infernix meta.
I'm going to say 89. That's my guess.
Well, it's an 84.
Oh, I was close enough.
That's pretty good.
82 on the Xbox. It's an 84 on the Switch.
Okay, I'm playing it on an Xbox.
Switch
So
bias.
It must be 2 points better on the Switch.
Are you getting Gran Turismo?
No.
Why
Are you
not?
getting Tiny Tina's Wonderlands?
Yes.
Forget.
I'm not getting Gran Turismo because I just played like 250 hours of Forza Horizon.
Don't you want to play a less fun game though? That looks slightly better?
It's tempting.
Yeah, I know.
Not all of these games have to be played by everyone, right? Like all of these like sequels of things, like I've done my time with Gran Turismo. I've done my time with Horizon. I've done my time with the Souls games.
Right.
That's not what I'm looking for at the moment.
Right. Yeah.
Borderlands, I know I want more Borderlands. That's where I
That's
live.
coming. Yeah. You got Borderlands and you have the new season of Fortnite all around the same time, towards the end of the month. It's exciting times.
Yeah.
All right, let's wrap it up. It's late. Wow, it's a long show. Too much Elden Ring. Shipwreck. You should have I don't know, snored louder. That would have been great. All right. Let's you have any final words, Wombat?
I just want to say thank you to our sponsor, Mack Weldon. Save yourself 20% on your first order. Visit mackweldon.com/CAG and enter promo code CAG.
Awesome. We're gonna raid Code's house. Let's get it.
Red stunt.